Get in, nerds. We are playing Burden of Command. We have got a bunch of squads up in here where the enemy is. Trying to do as much damage to them as we can. So let's do it. First things first. I want to let me see. What can this squad see? They do have a visual here, so I can't just run in and assault. So let's take some shots here first. And get them sitting down. Okay. That's some pretty good... That's some really good suppression. Alright. So next... I have this squad take this enemy squad in the rear.
Frag out!
Failed to bolster, and down he goes. Beautiful. Clean. Absolutely clean. And so that's robbed all these squads of their orders. Okay. Whew. Thought the game was about to break. I was one step closer to the edge. All right, and let's move this squad in. And not necessarily through there, but to here. Really hoping we don't spot anything else in here. And we'll assault this squad. So what our kills are? Our kills are at 18. Get him!
Let's get those bastards.
Nice. Now embrace for impact. Nothing. Interesting. Alright, so... I got 2 action points left. This is really dirty. Oh my god, it worked. We are in behind them. Alright. Do I take this squad? Yeah, because this squad's harder to catch. Get him!
Let's get it done.
Beautiful. And then I think with this squad, we move in to take that unit there. Let me see. If I do a bolster, what will that do to my range? That will do nicely. Additional enemy unit. That's okay. We'll take this one.
Advance!
Very good. And that had their captain in it. And that's just an officer, so take him prisoner.
Come on.
Nice. All right. That was cleaner than I had any right to expect it to be. Let's put this unit in this house and get them pointed back in the direction the enemy is likely to come from. We'll do the same with these other units. I sure hope Dearborn doesn't get got by someone who's kicking around here, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think that's very unlikely. Do I want to do anything with Captain Murphy? I don't think so. I got this 50 cal up here finally. Can I do anything to this Stug? No, I cannot. Can't reach that truck. Do I want to do anything with Captain Officer over here? Where can I see this truck from? Only up there. I'm going to put Captain Officer back up there. Now that spot can be seen by this Stug. And maybe this one as well? Yes. So we'll have him creep. No reason to be silly about this. Let's grab one of these 105s and shell this truck. Nice. Very good. Clean. Alright. And do I want to do anything with Captain Murphy? I don't think so. I think we are good to go. Is this where I completely lose my mind and see if I can... and try to attack a Stug from behind? By assault? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I'm in a little bit of a losing my mind mood. Because this situation over here is stressful. The stress size is large. Anyway, I'm gonna pass the turn and see what the Germans do. Okay. Alright. Nothing going on so far. So. These hit chances are just god-awful. Particularly with this Stug pointed towards me now. I can't do jack all with Lieutenant Thompson down here. I don't know what to do with this. I gotta get Lieutenant Rao's bazooka in here. I need to get this bazooka in behind all this action. That's what I need to be doing. Just the bazooka, please. The rising whoosh of inbound shells continue to scream overhead as they arc down on the Germans. Explosives ripple out in neat rings as the rounds tear into the foe. Smoke rises afterward, and that's just the first volley. This is what I should have did before. Because this is how I'm going to take out these Stugs. I'm going to need to walk across the valley floor here. And get them snuck up and shooting from behind, I think. I think that's going to end up being what I need. Before we move that squad, let's move this one. They're in cover here, but this doesn't appear to really be cover. Okay, can't go that way. This is weird, because these usually show as cover. This is a risk. Okay, so this is cover. It's just pretending not to be. Yeah, I'm just getting this squad up here. In case there's anyone else hanging out in these woods. And just to protect Lieutenant Dearborn. I'll do the same with this squad. Let's get them forward into this cover. And then we'll bring up this squad. And into these trees. Maybe I'll send a squad up to take a look at that railway gun later. And then unfortunately Rao's spent again, so I can't... I need to be taking command and doing some of this, because I need to get Rao up here. Alright. So that's Rao. And what are the Germans doing? I heard a rally.
Kannst du sie sehen?
Nice! Get him! Beautiful. Alright, so that squad I properly hit. Okay, so there's more enemies over here. Can't see them with this unit, but I can see them with this 50 cal. You know, I don't get a chance to do this a lot, so let's just knock the bejesus out of them. No, we'll hold and wait in case more Germans move up, because this is going to be the this makes it look to me like we got more enemy forces over here. So I'm gonna keep things chill, because I'm gonna need to move in later. So if I move these tanks up, again, as long as I stay over here, behind these Stugs, they can't do fuck all to me. As long as they don't spot me. So I think now's the time to move them up. And we're just going to stay on this side of the valley, so that those Stugs can't do anything. That little pause was very nervous-making. Okay, so my tanks can move in all this action. So yeah, so maybe the answer is we sneak way around. To the extent that anything a tank does could be considered sneaking, we sneak way around. And if we should come face to face with a Stug... Well, if we come face to face with a Stug, then it's over. But, if we come, you know, ass to ass with a Stug, then things will get interesting. But for now, yeah, we just want to keep these tanks as hidden as we possibly can. I'm still a little bit in kind of a waiting for the other shoe to drop mindset here. I've had very, very good success these first few turns. So we'll see what becomes of that. I could knock on these Germans with... How did they get their morale back? I don't think they've really gotten their morale back. No, don't want to give an indication there's a tempting target for this this Stug up here. Do I drop a smoke round here to stop this Stug seeing this way? Maybe. What was the position that I thought was really commanding? It was this one. Do I still want to put that 50 cal there? I think probably. Okay, alright. Nice! Got him good.
Scheiße!
Yeah, Scheisse indeed. Nice.
I see them.
Nice. Very, very good. Still haven't gotten any extra kills. What's over there? Okay, these are MGs. I need to deal with those, and I need to deal with them kind of desperately. SMG is not properly positioned to shoot. This MG is not in a place to shoot. Can Stern call in support? Seems like probably. Let's see if we can't do a little bit more damage. If Stern moves here, I could bolster. Nah, I'm just gonna fire. I can take them under fire and assault, or I can assault them with my infantry next turn. Shoot them with my tanks, theoretically. Take command of this infantry unit. Again, visibility is the key. Yeah, I think I'll bring Lieutenant Rao's squads around to take them from the rear. This is gonna the chance that this scenario doesn't go pear-shaped for me eventually is pretty low, I would say, overall, but for the moment, it's not pear-shaped yet. So I can pound these squads with mortar fire. Very nice. And then the other. Very good. Now, do I get this MG closer? If I get this MG closer, what's the point of that? Not a great one. If I get them here, I do have a target on that unit. So let's bring them in.
Careful with the trigger.
Yeah. And do I shoot here? I think yes.
Suppressive fire.
Excellent. Nice, got another kill. Okay, so is that being added to my... No, so this is only squads. Wow, the enemy's got a lot of squads. This is rough. This is rough and I am scared. Do I get Captain Murphy down there? I don't think so yet. Let's see what else the enemy's got in store. Might have been a mistake for me to fire off all those mortar rounds, but I might not have. We'll see. All right. That's the turn. The thrum of airplanes fills the air as a flight of fighters, American fighters, approaches. Thunderbolts or Mustangs? Sergeant Grant calls out. Nearby, Sparks waves the radio receiver excitedly. Guess they're here to help. The Flyboys are pitching in. Alrighty then. Flyboys are pitching in. It's their word too, First Sergeant Grant says. What about the shell jerkers? You glance over at the forward observer, flipping through his code book for the air support. Some of the Krauts seem to be moving doggedly north. Others are still too close for comfort. No changes, I call the targets. I'm not... Okay, I do have air power. That's cool. We'll lend a hand at intervals. So, let's take a quick look. Not yet, anyway. Alright, so what's my priority over here? My priority is to get into the rear of these German MGs and destroy them. And hopefully not get myself completely wrecked by these Stugs that are just sitting over here that I have absolutely no counter to. If I go here, that's definitely close enough for an assault. I'm running across a lot of enemy visual. If I go here, I might be close enough for an assault. Oh, this is a huge risk. Let's try it. Please don't be anything else over here. All the artillery. Another runner comes in, this time for first platoon. Roberts runs up quick and thankfully doesn't salute. Snipers are always bad this time of year. Captain, he says as he catches his breath, the Germans, they're going to be whipped. That's how they like it. Do you have a point? Certainly that's a point of discussion. I'll say the longest thing. Oh well, Private Robert says, it's just that. The Krauts are broken. We just need to move up and take them in. I believe that's my call. You willing to risk your life on that? Maybe convince me. Consider that. Private Roberts is just an enlisted man. I wouldn't necessarily say convince me to him. Well, yeah, maybe convince me. Oh, sure, Roberts says. See, the guys in first squad are worried. Stunningly, he leaves it there. Worried about what? First Sergeant Grant says. We've hardly lost anyone. Short rounds. You know, friendly fire. That's true. Hundreds of shells, some will land short. Just an excuse and a thin one. No, that's not it. He's clearly trying to justify something to himself, maybe a couple of somethings from different men. And, all the wrecks are clogging the road up, not to mention the horses. We gotta use that road to drive north. True, but it'll be harder to pursue the Germans northward. Another different excuse. I'm not sure what this is. It will be harder to pursue the Germans northward. The idea is to capture as many Germans as possible, which will be hard if the main rail highway is clogged. Still, such things are a little beyond a private's pay grade. Also, there's women down there in the column, Robert says, and absently twists at his steel wedding ring. They don't deserve it. At last, a good reason. Some of the German mistresses are almost certainly dying out there, so are a lot of other things, and that certainly won't sit well with the men, especially the replacements. We're killing them, so many of them, Robert says. It's got some of the men in a grip. It's one thing to fight against those who are fighting back, but this is just a hog slaughter. You pity them, First Sergeant Grant says. For all they've done, you pity them Krauts and want to stop shelling them, gunners and cooks alike. The Krauts deserve this licking. I would rather capture than kill. It certainly is a slaughter. I mean, I would rather capture than kill. Roberts just nods, having already said his piece. If First Squad is having problems with this day, then the whole company will. The barrages will continue. The bombardment will continue until victory. We'll focus on the German combat units. Do not barrage the main road. You better rein things in quick. Some of the artillery will withdraw. We have to call off the RD now. I'm not doing a barrage. I'm calling in specific targets. Focus on the German combat units. You raised a good point about the German non-combat units. To spare them, we'll have a target. You'll have to target only the advancing combat unit. It's not an impossible thing. You dismiss Roberts and quickly return to first squad. Threading the needle there, Captain, First Sergeant Grant notes. If they figure out we're not shelling the road, they'll use that to their advantage, and if they do, we'll have to shell them there anyway. God, that'll be a mess for people to sort out afterward. He's not wrong. As you turn back to the battle, the thunder continues. Okay. Enemy squad over here, acting lieutenant. Alright. This is where things get silly. Get him. Uh-oh. Damn it! Oh, no. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's real bad. Okay, alright. So there is a Stug over here. That's a real hairball, and that tank is covering this area. Urgh. Urgh. Alright, so the best way to deal with that, I'm going to have to flank all the way down around this, aren't I? Alright, well, first things first. Let's get this unit up into the railway gun. Siege guns. Your men have pushed forward. The enemy has tried to push back. Runner coming in, First Sergeant Grant calls out, and it's true. The runner races over and breathlessly delivers his message. Apparently some of your men are close enough to touch one of the big siege guns. Sneak over and see Anzio Annie's little sister. See the big guns, possible prestige or loyalty gain, combat fatigue or stress reduction. Go see the railgun now, advance zeal, combat fatigue and realism +1. Or stay focused on the battle, eventually get trust +10. I'm gonna see it. Maximum cunning reached, combat fatigue -10. Hey, excellent. A little evasion and a lot of running keeps the Germans from drawing a bead all along the way. The messenger proves to be an able guide. The Germans never spot you. Soon enough, you spy Anzio Annie's sister. She's a big cannon, and she keeps getting bigger with every step. You can almost smell the cordite that once spewed from the barrel. This cannon threw shells for miles, but now it's just one big target. That's one gun that'll never fire again. Where do they make these? Hell of a paperweight. Hell of a paperweight. 200 tons of steel and whatever else those guns are made of is just sitting in the track useless. The men are all over the railroad cars. Their pockets and packs bulge. Trust +10. Sergeant Allen, apparently in charge of all this, passes you a pouch. This looked interesting, Captain. A little leather pouch is crudely labeled Nicht Essen in German. The salt crystals inside bear a subtle bluish cast. Taste a little, hold one up to the sun, stash it away for now. Have I found meth? Did I find the secret Nazi stash of meth? I know methamphetamine was a big part of Blitzkrieg warfare. They'll stash it away for now. There'll be time to consider the salt later. Right now, there's a 280mm cannon to consider. A savage weapon, advance idealism, extra combat fatigue and realism. A museum piece, nothing more, advances zeal, combat fatigue and realism +1. Strangely hard to find. Reduce combat fatigue by 10. That's tempting. 1,000 trophies here, advanced professionalism. Professionalism's pretty good. Or how many men were in a crew, advanced discipline. I'm going to go with professionalism. 10 combat fatigue and 1 realism is good. Everyone's going to want a piece of this. From Eisenhower down to the lowliest private, they'll want a souvenir. And really, any piece of steel might do for that. No time to play tourist, Captain. First Sergeant Grant remarks, let's not roll the dice here. Alright, now this squad is fully ready and able. So I've got to get them suppressed and then take the fire. Wow! They got to shoot me first. Well, it is what it is. These things happen. Oh, not great. Not great at all. I'm gonna need to start taking command of other squads. Actually, no. We'll come up with first squad of 3rd platoon, and we'll take this. We'll take out these engineers.
Move it!
And then we'll assault them.
Follow me!
Damn, took a casualty. That's okay, though. Alright, and now I can't shoot over there, but could take command of one of Rao's squads. But where does that put me vis-a-vis this Stug? Okay, I can't get too buck wild over here. So I can move Dearborn up. This guy actually can be seen by that Stug, but it's pointed the other way, so I'm not too worried about that. If I move up here and bolster them, I might do that. For now, let's grab this squad and get them over here. Is this the right call? What can this... Okay, that Stug can't see over here. Oh, hello.
Drag out.
Got him! Whee! Oh, man. Please don't shoot me. Okay. All right. Well, this scenario is this is crazy town. Before I do this, let's shoot. Let's not get too let's not get completely silly over here. Oh, engineers taken out of action. Beautiful. Don't need to assault them. Excellent. Lots of men killed. And then we'll take we'll move up here. Bolster this squad. And take the acting leader.
Come on. Victory is at hand.
All right. That is just beautiful. Okay. Now, I think we need to get... Now that I feel confident there's no more enemy units over here, let's get this guy back into cover. Who can see this spot? These MGs. All right. Ugh. Get them back into the woods. Spotted from there. That's okay. Spotted but not shot. That's what's important. So now, how do I deal with these MGs? It's gonna be an absolute kerfuffle. Now, my MG units are 5 men apiece. So, theoretically, if I can do enough damage to just take them out, I might be able to do that and have that just be the plan. With this, well, actually... With this Stug covering this area, moving either of these tanks over here is going to be a gigantic risk. I would like to reduce this unit before trying it. So to make that happen, I'm going to bring Rao's other squad forward. That's just an acting lieutenant. Take him.
Let's get it done.
Beautiful. And now they're concealed again. Don't get spotted, please. Okay, they're not spotted. Oh. All right, and Dearborn's leading. Do I want to do anything else with Captain Murphy or this guy? Do I maybe want to pound one of these MG units? They're very, very low on strength. I could at least take a shot at hitting one of these Stugs with that long tom and see how it looks. Oh, actually, this one, that's a good shot. Let's do it. Did I do it? No, I did not. Damn. I wonder why this one. Curious. Is it because of the smoke? How is it if I shoot a 105?
Move up.
No, a 105 is not going to be able to do it. It's got to be the long tom, the 155. All right. Next thing, Captain Murphy's going to take command of this bazooka and just get them as far forward as humanly possible. As far forward as their little legs can carry them. All right. There's a lot of fear over here. I'm going to wait and see what the Germans do. And hopefully this doesn't wind up being crazy town. Okay, alright. So they're shooting. Well. All three of them are shooting at that MG. That is, this provides a unique opportunity. Because they're now all facing this way. I need to be in their rear armor in order to be able to do what I want to do. But I can make it there. I can make it into their rear armor right now. I will only have one shot against this one. I will need to make it count. I will need to make it extremely count. This is a huge risk. But if I make it work, it will be the battle, basically. It will be the last, hopefully the last major challenge in the battle. And once again, let's take a look at the visibility. And this squad's facing this way. If I don't go all the way to there, I can go all the way to there with this guy. And just to make sure, yeah, no visibility outside that field. I need to come in behind. Yeah, I think this is what we're doing. I think we're going for a very dicey maneuver against this Stug. And we're going to attempt to take it in the rear. The Stug. We're going to take the Stug in the rear. So I need to go around this way. Not to... I can go to there. And ideally to here. That's the spot. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, this is a Stug. It's got a hull-mounted gun. There's no way it would be able to turn all around like that against a tank. Beautiful. Get fucked.
Hit him first!
Nice! That is beautiful. Alright, now we're going to see if we can pull that off again with this one. So we need to get here, ideally. And just to get lines of sight confirmed, yeah. Yes. Oh, this is when you're getting really greedy over here. This is when the fear. Excuse me, sir. Okay. Let's do a bolster, seeing as I'm going to run myself out of actions anyway. Beautiful. Oh. That's rad. That's rad. Okay, now I need to deal with this, because I don't know what that is, but... Oh my god.
Scheiße!
What's all this?
Dein Heimatschuss!
They just spawn squads right in here. Unbelievable. Okay, well, I guess... I'm going to need to shoot them in their rear ends. This is weird. I don't know what to make of this. These guys, I don't think were here at the beginning of the turn. This isn't as good as I was. This isn't good. This isn't good, friends. It's not good. It's the opposite of. It's bad. They just spawned. They just spawned right in over there. Ah, cripes. I'm pretty sure I was like sitting on these spots during my last turn. Okay, I need to keep that squad ready to go. I accomplished my major objective with these tanks, so now I'll be much more able to destroy these machine guns, though. So I'm going to see what these enemy squads do. I'm hoping this situation doesn't get too buck wild. Hey, got him. Nice. Oh boy. Let's see if I can pound them with my other 50 cal. No, don't have a visual. That's making me real nervous. Maybe I run up and hit them with my machine gun? Well, at least I can hit those ones with my machine gun. Or maybe I use Thompson. If we creep to here, we'll definitely be in the rear firing arc. Oh, but we can't creep, so we could only move. And again, hit chance still just unbelievably bad. I don't know how I'm going to deal with that tank. Well, I mean, hopefully I'll be able to get him with my other tanks. But, you know, we'll see. Yeah, let's bring up this machine gun, I guess. What does visibility look like from here? It's not what I would like it to be. Hell of a thing. Indeed, sir. You have indeed described it correctly. Got their officer nailed down. Nice. And dealt a casualty. We're doing what we're supposed to be doing. SMG, I guess we'll just continue to pound on these machine gun squads. I can do enough casualties to take them out of action. I can just have that one just dealt with. Not yet. All right. Let's put some mortars on the other two. Nice. Now, this fella needs to rally himself. What do you mean? Is he not in command of himself? Has he not invested in himself? Alright, well, what else can we see to shoot at? Unbelievably, I can't actually shoot at any of these squads except for that one, which is a real pain. So maybe... Is the answer that Captain Murphy rallies him? Signs point to yes.
It's
Cool.
a hard fight, but we've seen worse.
Nice. All right. And now... Do you just blast away at this with 105s? No. There's the chance to hit is just terrible. Nah, we gotta do this work with tanks. All right. That's kind of curious that this is still the situation here. Yeah, I think next go around we're putting a tank here and we're trying to take this unit in the rear. And that's the goal. Rao still hasn't gone. He's got all of his points. Oh, this guy's in command right now. All right, so we'll pass the turn. All right, and now since I commanded all of Rao's squads with Captain Murphy, my goal is to get Rao to his platoon, all the way across the board, running across open ground, heedless of snipers like a hooligan. To get himself properly ensconced in a friendly unit. Which he wasn't able to do, but he was nearly able to do. Lieutenant Thompson's just going to continue to stick where he is. If I pull this off, it's going to be the funniest thing on earth. And that's probably the enemy's entire turn. Whew, this has been a long episode. Any more action? There are plenty of Germans left. No changes. I call the targets. Artillery remains mine to command. All right. So next thing we'll do is we'll try to deal with the rest of these infantry squads, and then we'll hopefully that'll be the end of the battle. With that having been said, that is all we've got time for right now, my nerds. I have had fun. I hope you all have had fun as well, and I will see you on the other side.